All right, guys, we're here for part two, and I've got Richard with me again. Richard, Etienne has confirmed that Anthony Joshua, will be taking on Alexander Usyk on September the 25th. I wanted to get your thoughts on this fight. I wanted to get on who you think wins and how. Firstly, what you make of this fight. A lot of people are underestimating Alexander Usyk. Obviously, he's an undisputed a cruiserweight champion, and a pound for pound, one of the best in the world. I actually think he gives Joshua hell, and I actually think he could beat Joshua. I think he's probably the more skilled fighter out of the two. What do you make of this fight? Are you excited for it? Do you think it's a dangerous fight? How do you view this?
Yeah, obviously it feels like a big sort of, what's the word, deflation from what we thought was going to be happening with,
Fury.
Fury. But it is what it is, and I guess we always knew this fight would happen at some point. Whether we thought it was going to be for it's not for the undisputed, is it? But it's fighting. It's for a lot of the belts. So it's 3 of the major belts plus the IBO. So I mean, it's it's a big fight, and it's just another sort of step in the way, another stepping stone for Joshua to then go for the undisputed, depending what happens with the Fury Wilder. But anyway, regardless of that, to the fight itself, there seems to be a narrative with this one where it could go one of two ways. There's a set of fans that seem to think that going with the narrative that Joshua is going to be too big and too strong for the cruiserweight in Usyk, and then there's a narrative of fans as well who think that, like you said, Usyk's a supremely skilled boxer, and and could outbox AJ and put a schooling on him. And but to be honest with you, I'm kind of not sitting on the fence, but I'm kind of in the middle of that somewhere. I think there's kind of going to be a bit of both. So I don't think, the way I see it is, I do think Joshua will win, but the reason why is, firstly, I am leaning more towards Joshua being too big and too strong, but not because Usyk's not got the skill set. I just think after watching, I know it was hard to judge him, but Usyk's first 2 fights at heavyweight against Witherspoon and then against Chisora, I just wasn't massively impressed. And I know you kind of fight to your level of your opposition a little bit, but I thought Chisora were really putting on him a little bit first, like 3-4 rounds, and he looked really uncomfortable, I thought, a little bit early on. But it's not so much that, to be honest with you. I think I just feel like he's been a little bit too inactive for me. And then to be wanting to make an impact in the heavyweight division against the elite of the division, where he's not going to have felt that sort of power before. Not in a professional ring, in a way. I know he's sparred Klitschko a lot in the past. But, with the smaller gloves on and stuff, I don't know. I just think he's been a little bit too inactive for my liking since he fought Tony Bellew, and even before then, he wasn't fighting that often after he won the World Boxing Super Series against, was it Breedis? But I don't know. I'm just leaning towards Joshua. I do think every round will be close from a boxing standpoint, and I think, like you say, I do think, from a boxing standpoint and pure boxing ability, I think Usyk has got that ability and potential in him to outbox AJ for 12 rounds. But I just think it's going to be a different level of power that he's going to feel, and strength, when they're in the clinches and stuff. I know he's usually good at avoiding clinches and stuff like that because he's a more technical boxer, but Joshua will get on him and make sure I don't know, I just feel like I don't think Joshua gets credit for his inside fighting. He's a little bit better than what he's made out to be. Some people say he's not got that ability, but he has. Look at them, and he catches fighters with uppercuts, really powerful uppercuts, and knock their heads back. You see it a lot. Pulev got that treatment, and Klitschko did. There's been other fighters as well. He's got a real mean uppercut. Dillian White found that out as well. And I just think at some point it will hurt Usyk. I know he has. His chin's never been massively tested. and I do think he'll get caught at some point. I don't necessarily think he'll knock Usyk out, but I just think he might just have a little bit too much and might hurt him later on. Mid to late rounds might get to him a bit and might hurt him later on. He could go down and stay down, because when Joshua has you hurt, and you get back up, you're going back down again. He's a really good finisher. But tell you what makes me think Joshua will win, even if Joshua doesn't really massively hurt him. You've got to think every round is going to be close. Even from a boxing standpoint, I think Joshua's a better boxer than what he's given credit for. And, he has proven at times that he can box a little bit, like when he fought Parker. I thought he boxed really smartly that night. When he boxed, obviously, rematch with Ruiz, he came in lighter and he had good legs. And I just think, and he's got faster hands than what he's given credit for as well. Explosive. But what I'm saying is that every single round's going to be very close, in my opinion, very competitive. And AJ is the A side in heavyweight boxing. AJ is going to win the close rounds for me, and there's going to be even if it goes to points, there's going to be far too many close rounds, and I can just see the judges giving most of the close rounds to Joshua. And because of that reason, I think even if it goes 12, and unless Usyk puts a proper schooling on him and there's no way he can, and he wins rounds clearly, I just think Joshua will get the close rounds, and I think he'll nick it on points even if it goes to points. I just got a feeling that regardless of whether AJ can really dent him and knock him out, I think close rounds will all go to AJ. Just because he's that A side that everyone wants the undisputed fight. I just think everyone, just subconsciously or whatever, I'm not saying judges will be, sort of like got an influence. I just think subconsciously everyone, the close rounds are just going to be going to AJ. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah,
You've heard that before or what, but
yeah, it seems like
went on a bit then.
generally the politically connected fighter usually get the decisions, don't they?
Yeah.
And personally, I think it's a tough fight. I don't think it's an easy fight. I think it's a 50-50, to be honest with you. But so you think that Joshua won't knock him out, though?
No, I think I'm leaning more towards the too big, too strong, and just because of what I've seen from Usyk in his last few fights and at heavyweight, I don't think he's been active enough to make an impact at that level of. I don't get me wrong, boxing ability-wise is elite. You can't deny that. His pound-for-pound level, but I just think he's left it a little bit too late to be honest with you, to start making that type of impact at heavyweight. And Joshua is at his peak now, I think, physically, and you can tell his mind's on it now. I think he did lose his way a little bit mentally before the Ruiz fight, the first one. I think he's back on it now, and I think don't get me wrong, I think there's a little bit of fragility there, but Usyk's not got the power to hurt Joshua, in my opinion. I know he's got the accuracy, but I don't think he's not gonna. I don't think Joshua will allow himself to get caught with any big shots, accurate big shots, and I just don't think Usyk's got that power. He's not really shown to have that. I know he's got the timing, and that's kind of where he's stopped a few of his opponents, but I just don't think in the past. But I just think Joshua's just going to be a little bit too big, a little bit too strong. And I think I do lean a little bit towards he will hurt Usyk and catch him at some point later on. Like, I'm thinking round 8 in my head and keep getting round 8 in my head. Not that I'm psychic or anything, but keep getting round 8 in my head. I don't know why. But I'm actually really excited for it. I think
so you do think he'll stop him then? You do fancy him to stop him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's my prediction. I think there's a good chance. I just got a feeling that it will hurt him at some point, and I think if it hurts him in the mid to late rounds, I think he'll stop him, because Joshua just don't let you off the hook. You know what I mean? And I just think that power he won't have experienced that power in a professional ring before. I think it'll be something new to him, and you don't know how he's going to react to it. I mean, I know there's stories about how he apparently schooled Klitschko in sparring back in about years ago, and I think he's left it. I just think he's left it a little bit too late to try and make this big impact at heavyweight. I know they say heavyweights can go on, but cruiserweights, they're adding a lot of weight on. Look at David A. I mean, he was good for his first few fights at heavyweight, coming from cruiserweight, but he wouldn't. It's too much stress on your body, putting all that extra weight on, I feel. I don't know what you think, but and I think there is that chance that, like I say, there is that chance that I think Usyk could, if it goes 12 rounds, and Usyk in reality has won a few more rounds, 1 or 2 more rounds, but I just feel like the rounds where you think, oh, you know, I just think where you're not sure which round it is, they're all going to go to Joshua. That's what I worry for Usyk and his team. I just think it's a mammoth task to even get the decision. Not because he's not good enough and he hasn't got the technical skills and the ability to outbox him, because he has, but it's just avoiding Joshua's power for 12 rounds and having the judges on your side in all the close rounds, competitive rounds. It's going to be, it's going to be hard for Usyk. I think it'll be close either way in that sense, but yeah.
You've got Joshua beating him by.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Just to get a quick prediction, Wilder Fury. How do you see that one going?
Yeah, well, do you know what? I'm really excited about it now. After the even though the press conference were a bit of a damp squib from Wilder's side, because he literally said nothing other than I'm going to shed blood and all this, like when he went up to stand. But I mean, we've heard all that before. Like Fury said, I've heard all this before. When he comes up and he starts talking really serious and all this. But I don't know. It's got a really strange demeanour about him. I mean, he's always comes into these press conferences with this sort of scary attitude, doesn't he? And he's said some really strange things before, really dark things, like having a body on his record, and he I think he puts fear into opponents before he fights them. But Fury just, right from the start, he's trivialised everything Fury says from the first fight to the second fight. In the build-up, he just sort of laughs at anything he says and trivialise it, calls them spaghetti legs and all this little noodle legs, and I think he's just got into Wilder's head, and I think this it was really strange approach from Wilder, but I think maybe that might have been the best thing for him. Put the earphones in, not listen to a word Fury's saying, because he knows that he can't win. He knows he can't win the mind games. And then that head-to-head fight, almost 6 minutes it lasted. And in the end, Wilder, you could see that Wilder was the one that wanted to, this was my moment to show you that I mean business. He took his sunglasses off, looked Fury in the eye. And Fury, I just started thinking of the when Fury's told that story on the head-to-head between Klitschko and Fury said about the sauna. I don't know if you've heard of it. I'm sure you will have done. Where Fury said that he was in a sauna with Klitschko and he knew he'd be fighting him one day. And they both had a battle, even though it was more in Fury's head, I think. But they both had a battle where they wanted to stay in the sauna for as long as they could. And it was kind of like that. I just started thinking of that, and I thought, I said to myself when I was watching it live, and said, there's no way on earth Fury's going to look away first. No way on earth. And then there you go. In the end, Wilder walked away. So I guess Fury won that mental battle there as well. But I mean, whether that'll mean or it probably won't mean out for the fight really. But I think going to the fight itself, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know. I'm just thinking, what if he does get caught with one of them shots? Because he's got 2 ways of fighting. I do think he won the first one, even though he had 2 knockdowns against him. I do think he did win the first one on points. And it's kind of like Fury's got 2 ways of beating him now. But then, with Fury, it's just like, what worries me with Fury, he might be a little bit complacent and he messes about a little bit sometimes in fights. And if you mess, I just hope he goes in with the right attitude and he's not doing all this kidology and putting his hands behind his backs and messing about with him, trying to wind Wilder up. Because if you stand in mid-range too long with Wilder, that's when he gets you. It's mid-range fighters that he loves. And but I think Fury needs to do the same as last time. But maybe he's talking about putting a bit of weight on, even heavier, and saying he's going to do him over with like an 18-wheeler. But I honestly think he should just bully him again. Just get straight on him straight away. Don't give him any breathing space. Don't allow Wilder to start trying to time his right hand, and just get straight on him, bully him, and just batter him from pillar to post. Like similar to last time, but a bit more aggressive, I think. Because you can't fight on the back foot, and as Fury said, he's never going to learn to fight on the back foot at this stage of his career. He'll just revert to type, as Fury said. And I think Fury will do a demolition job on him. I think it might. I don't know if he'll necessarily knock him out earlier, but I just think he'll He'll do a demolition on him. He'll get straight on him, on his chest, show him who's boss, put all his weight on him, tire him out, and I think he'll throw him out ring like a rag doll. I honestly think I think he's not, when you think about it, and Fury said it, he's a cruiserweight really in some ways. Is Wilder. I just think it'll be too much for him. But having said that right hand, if Fury's not on his game, that right hand can get you. And if Fury gives him too much space and fights a bit more at mid range, that's when he'll more like to get caught. So I hope, because I want to see the undisputed fight with Fury and AJ. I just hope that Fury's on his game and he's got a good game plan and he gets right on him. And what do you reckon, Imran?
Yeah, I think I expect Fury to. I think it'll be a lot tougher than last time, though. I think it'll be a lot tougher fight. And like you said, there's that danger, isn't there? There is that danger. So you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I appreciate your time, Richard. I'm gonna be doing a live hopefully tonight for the fights. So you're welcome. You can come on if you're up at that time, though.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think I'm gonna. I don't think I'll be watching them live just because I'm working in the morning.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
I'll probably record them, get them recorded and stuff. Because it's on the Fight app.
Gervonta Davis is on Fight TV, and Lomachenko Nakatani's on Sky Sports.
So I think what I'll probably do is, I'll probably buy it on the Fight app, and then the good thing about that Fight TV app on your phone is once you buy it, you don't have to even watch it live. But once you bought it, you can get unlimited replays. So you can watch it back anytime. But yeah, the Sky Sports ones, I'll just get them on catch up tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow. On Monday probably, because I've got a day off on Monday. So just going to catch up on them all then. But I'm gonna do I'm really a bit gutted that I won't be staying up for the Davis fight. It's so much taller than him. What do you think is going to happen there? What's your prediction?
Yeah, I think Davis probably knocks him out, to be honest.
Yeah. He looks really skinny though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I think he might really hit into the body, but height difference.
If he's got, that could be a big factor. But I don't know. I think they've picked him for a reason. Do you see what I mean? At 140, I think Davis will stop him, but. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But like you said, if you are up, I might be doing live. You can jump on whenever.
If I end up staying up, I'll because then just
message
to be fair, I'm on a bit. I'm not up mega early for work. It's a bit of a later one, but so I'll see if I'm feeling it. I might stay up for it, and then I'll let you know.
All right.
Watch your live watch along, but
if
not, then I'll watch it back anyway. So
anyway. Yeah. Richard, I appreciate your time. Thanks for giving me your time. I really appreciate it.
No worries, man. It's always a pleasure and I enjoy it. It's good.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying your videos. You put so much good content up recently.
What
I love about your videos, you look at it from every angle and like really impartial views. Like that's what I love about your videos. Like really.
Yeah. Cheers. I appreciate it. Have you been watching the live streams?
Yeah, not as much recently, just because of timing. It depends what works for someone, but if I don't watch them live, I usually catch most of them like later in the week or something.
Some of them have been big.
Yeah.
The marathon ones, they've been like 3 hours, 5 hours. There's been some huge ones lately.
That one with me, you and Ray, that were like nearly 3 hours, literally.
Yeah, that was a big one.
I've seen you on Ray's channel. I've seen you on it a few times on Ray's actually.
Yeah. I've been on it as well.
Boxing. Yeah, they've got some good stuff on there as well. Good content.
Yeah. But yeah, Richard, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being on it, and I'll hopefully have you on soon again.
Sounds like a plan. No worries, mate. Thanks a lot.
Take care, Richard.
You too. See you later.
Bye.